Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Fan Cave. This is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. 412-575-2600 is the number of the Bordas and Bordas hotline. You can also tweet if you want to do that. It's at KD Pomp or at Chris Mueller PGH. Chris joins us up at 93.7 The Fan. So the Penguins season is now officially over. There was some hope after Nick Suzuki scored a pretty amazing goal reminiscent of Crosby with one hand shorthanded, and that I thought, oh, all of a sudden things are going to get tense on Long Island. They didn't. The Islanders played a really responsible third period. They got a goal to put it away, and they win. Penguins go home. So it ends 16 years, Chris, of a nice streak, one you rarely see in sports. The longest one in North America. It included 3 cups, but now the message has been sent. Fenway ownership group's got to get busy.
Well, I mean, the last time they didn't make the playoffs, I think I was 21 years old. 21 years old, Bob, with the world ahead of me.
How is that possible with
Penn
your 26? That's only 5 years ago.
Very kind. Hey, I still get asked for ID when we do shows at the casino, so I'm very pleased. But no, I was 21 years old. To put this in perspective, how consistent they've been. They're a mess. They didn't deserve to make the playoffs. I mean, they really, truly didn't. I know that's glib and cliche to say after they, didn't make the playoffs. And I have no reason to believe necessarily that this is going to be the requisite or the wake-up call that they need it to be. I hope it is, though. I hope the Fenway Sports Group, which I doubt likes operating, money losers that don't draw fans, takes a hard look at this team, takes a hard look at the direction they're headed, and tries to find ways to actually fix what ails them. The problem, though, is that there are, what did Chuck Noll say? They have problems,
and they are many.
And they are great, and they are many, yeah. Well, the Penguins have a ton. They have a completely moribund bottom 6, They have no goaltending to speak of. Tristan Jarry just is not it. And this is probably, I think, the thing that we are most likely to take for granted. Crosby and Malkin are going to end up playing all 82 games this year. Both men are point-per-game or better players. They were both really good. Letang battled through his second stroke. How much longer can you rely on those guys to continually deliver the goods well into their mid-30s? I think you have to go to year on that. So the Penguins are in big, big trouble long term.
Yeah, and the thing that disappointed me, there were a lot of things, actually. You stated many of them. But their power play, which should be a strength, was not. In fact, it was very predictable, and I think it made it very easy for other teams to try to diagnose. If you're going to, and Mike Sullivan talks about this all the time, he says the best chances you often get are when you create confusion, among the defensive players on the ice. You shoot on the net, you have an extra guy, you should be able to get something out of that. Instead, they constantly look for those perfect passes. That's one of them. Short-handed penalty killing, that wasn't very good this year. They lost some pieces to that. And also this ability or lack of ability to shut down after you score a goal. It seemed like they had so many instances, Chris, where they would score a goal and within 30 seconds to a minute later, they would give up a goal. Last night, for example, after they made it 1-1, I thought, okay, things have changed. Malkin scores. 4.5 minutes later, they get the first of 2 goals in 26 seconds. It happened all year.
Yeah, so problems 2 and 3, I think, are connected. Problem 1, the power play. That's partly coaching, and it's partly been the DNA of this team. When their stars were younger, when they were better and deeper, it didn't matter because they would make so many of those pretty plays. But the bottom line is they're not willing to muck it up on the power play and make things ugly. Who's the net front presence? Who's the Tomas Holmstrom, the Johan Franzen even? Who's the guy? I look at those guys. Chris Kreider in the modern day. Right? I mean, Who are the guys that are going to stand in front of the net and cause problems for the goalie, impede their vision? There isn't one. So that's a big problem there. They love to make pretty plays. When it works, it looks great. When it doesn't, it's immensely frustrating. As far as the penalty kill, Bob, really quick, and not being able to close out games, I think those are Ron Hextall problems. That's your third line, your fourth line. Those are your guys who are supposed to be two-way players, not just offensive stars. They can't roll a third and fourth line out there, a checking line out there to seize the momentum further if they have a 2-1 third period lead. They can't do that. They just send everybody out. That leaves them vulnerable. They're a very poorly constructed team, and I think all those blown leads drives home that point.
Totally well said, and I agree. And we want your opinions, so call us at 412-575-2600 if you want. Air your opinions right here live. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We do it every single night of the week on CW and simulcast on 93.7 The Fan. Back in a moment.